Joan Kathleen Rowling was born in Chepstow in South Wales in 1965. Her favorite subjects at school were English and foreign languages. She wrote her first book when she was 5. It was about a rabbit and his friends, but nobody took her hobby seriously. When she grew up, she went to university to study French and later became a secretary. It didn't take her long to understand that the job was not for her. During boring meetings, the young secretary thought about interesting plots for her stories and wasn't able to concentrate on her work. When she was 26, she left her job and moved to Portugal to teach English there. But she never forgot her hobby. Sometimes she worked in the evenings, so she had enough time to write her books during the day. In Portugal, she met her future husband and they got married. In 1993, her daughter was born. Soon after that, she and her husband got divorced and she returned to the United Kingdom. She and her daughter Jessica lived in a one-bedroom flat in Edinburgh. One of her friends lent her some money to help her. However, she was unemployed and money was still a big problem. At that time, she was writing a book, looking after her daughter, taking care of her little flat and studying to be an English teacher. The flat where they lived was often cold because she couldn't pay for heating. So she used to take her daughter and go to different cafes in the city. It was warm there and she could write while her daughter was asleep next to her. In 1997, she sold her first book to a publisher who bought it for $4,000. I'd like to tell you about one of her books, Harry Potter. The first film was a successful debut of young British actors. Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, Emma Watson as Hermione, and Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley. However, all the actors and actresses who played the roles of the adults are well-known stars. Harry had to have a normal childhood, so he went to live with the family of his mother's sister, the Dursleys. Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon hated the wizards and were terribly afraid of them. They made Harry's life very unhappy. He lived in a small cupboard, didn't get enough food, and never heard a kind word from his relatives. His cousin Dudley bullied Harry and beat him up. But worst of all, Harry didn't know anything about his parents. Aunt Petunia told him only that his parents had been killed in a car accident. That all changed when a letter arrived one day inviting Harry to study at Hogwarts School of Wizardry. On his 11th birthday, Harry got the most wonderful present. He found out that he was a wizard and was really famous. The whole wizard world knew that Harry had made the evil Lord Voldemort go away. Harry had to learn a lot about being a wizard. Wizards live near ordinary people, but they protect themselves and their world carefully. An ordinary person is called a muggle, anybody who can't do magic. Magic can be done in front of muggles, and most of the wizards live inside magical areas that are invisible to muggles. They have their own shopping street called Diagon Alley, where wizards buy their broomsticks, cauldrons, wands, and books of spells. They have their cafes and pubs where they eat magic food and drink magic alcohol. They have their own banks where goblins look after their magic money, nuts made of copper, sickles made of silver, and galleons made of gold. Harry goes to Hogwarts School. Hogwarts is a boarding school and Harry spends the whole year there. With its high towers, secret chambers, talking portraits, and moving stars, it is a very special place. No Muggle can see it, and Muggle technology doesn't even work there. Hogwarts teachers are very good wizards, and the most powerful of them is the headmaster, Albus Dumbledore. He is the only wizard who wasn't afraid of Lord Voldemort. In fact, Lord Voldemort studied at Hogwarts himself and was Dumbledore's student. When children come to the school, a magic hat, which can see into the heart of every child, sends them to different schoolhouses. There are 4 houses in the school. Children who have a brave, true heart go to Gryffindor. Those who are kind and hard-working go to Hufflepuff. Anyone who is intelligent and loves to learn goes to Ravenclaw. And someone who is cunning and always gets what he wants goes to Slytherin. A lot of dark wizards came from Slytherin. All the people from one house live and study together. Each house has its own head, the main teacher, sports team and leaders. People from one house aren't always good friends with people from other houses. The houses compete with each other, and at the end of the year, the best house wins the school cup. If somebody is late or is rude to a teacher, they lose points for their house. There are the usual school punishments too. Sometimes students get detention or have to do some lines. During his first year at school, Harry studies magic subjects and makes friends and enemies. His best friends are Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley. Harry is happy with his new life. Every day he finds that he has more and more talents. He is clever, a very good student, and also good at sport. He plays Quidditch, the magic wizard sport that is played on the air on broomsticks. With Harry's help, his house wins some very important games. But Harry's adventures aren't over. The Ariel you-know-who isn't dead. He is trying to come back to the world, and he isn't alone. Somebody at Hogwarts is helping him. A very important magic object, the Philosopher's Stone, is hidden at Hogwarts. With the help of this stone, anybody can produce the elixir of life, which makes the drinker immortal. If Voldemort gets the Philosopher's Stone, he will come back forever. Voldemort's secret friend is trying to get to the stone. Harry and his friends think that they know the name of their enemy. Well, in conclusion, I'd like to say that I will recommend this film to those people who is fond of magic things.